Unit 2, Professional and Development Plan Assignment, requires you to complete 3 tasks which are provided for you in this worksheet. The first task is a training needs analysis, the second task is a SWOT analysis, and the third task is a development plan. You should have access to guidance on how to complete these 3 tasks in your manual, your e-learning, and any other resources that are provided for this unit. So to begin with, if we go to the training needs analysis, please ensure you do the little things like putting your name, putting the date. You then need to provide a tick in these boxes on how well you rate or grade your confidence. So for communication, verbal and listening skills, such as dealing with customers, colleagues by telephone, electronically, or face-to-face, would you class yourself as very confident, quite confident, and or not confident? So take your time actually thinking about, communication. You might think, well, I can communicate, but have you had to deal with any of these situations and all of them, whether it's incoming, outgoing telephone calls, electronically over social media or email, face-to-face, dealing with happy, upset, angry customers, etc., and then reflect. And then you go through all of the remaining criteria. Now, some of them, for example, things like understanding technique and observing and correcting skills. You hopefully have got an interest in fitness. You may think this is quite high. I suppose something to think about is, do you know, let's say, 5 clear teaching points on what a good technique would be for all of the exercises that you perform? So all your free weights, all your resistance exercises, etc. And if you were to explain those to another person who, let's say, they don't exercise, how confident would you be in explaining that to them, demonstrating that to them, picking up on their good and bad teaching points and how you would correct them, etc. But it can also be factors around things like time management, communication skills as well. So answer those as honestly and as in depth as you can. Don't take too long analysing them, as it could be a bit of an endless task, but just try to think of different ways, either as you as a gym instructor, or if you're thinking about progressing onto personal trainer, what skills may you need to develop, as this is where you can discuss this with your tutor and they will be able to give you some individual specific guidance and support if needed. Once you've completed the needs analysis, you need to complete a SWOT analysis. So a SWOT analysis stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. There's further guidance in your e-learning and on your manual, as well as other resources in your e-learning. But generally speaking, strengths and weaknesses are internal to you. So what are your skills that you're good at? What are your weaknesses that you need to improve on? So what skills do you need to improve on? Hopefully, those strengths and weaknesses may link to some of the things that you've put above. But then opportunities and threats are normally external. So kind of other people, other organizations, other things that are out of your control. What opportunities are there where you're thinking you could speak to this person, you could speak to that organization, you could maybe look at developing something as a service or a product to people. But also, what are the threats? Is it other organizations, other people? Is it a financial situation, something within your personal situation or the broader community, the country, etc.? And then from those 2 analytical models, you should then hopefully be able to identify some things that you need to improve on. So we request that you put at least 4 goals down on what you feel you need to improve on. So what areas? It could be things like your communication skills. It could be your ability to observe and correct someone's performance. It could also be something like, achieve my level 2, achieve my level 3. But it could also be more personal, whether it's saving so much money up to, buy a house or buy a car, learn how to drive. Those things may make you more employable, and it could be quite an important skill for you to do. Or it could also be things like sales or IT skills and stuff like that. So, which areas do you think that you need to improve on? What are you going to do to make sure you improve them? Who do I need to help me with this? So it could be your tutor, it could be somebody else, it could be a parent, a friend, another organization, a course that you're going to do. Where are you going to get the information from? So again, it could be on the CMS website, the e-learning site, could be from your tutor, maybe from a driving instructor, maybe from a bank, parents. Again, it's up to you where, and depending on what your task is. and ensure you put a review date. So try and think about, when would you like to have achieved this goal, and try to put a genuine review date, whether it's a week, 4 weeks, 4 months, a year, etc. Once you've completed those 3 tasks, your tutor will mark them using this criteria. So you need to achieve full marks, 1 out of 1 for the needs analysis. You need to get at least 6 out of 8 for your SWOT analysis, and at least 4 out of 6 for your development plan. Your tutor will then leave a grade down here. If it's 12 or above and it is a refer, then it will indicate that you haven't scored the minimum criteria in one of the tasks. And if so, it will be identified as a refer, or if it is a pass, then again, it will be identified as a pass. And there will be further feedback provided in the assessor feedback box, either written or via video feedback. So you receive feedback and any actions if required.